one version of Nefertiti's official portrait. She may herself have signed off on this image.
The brutal execution of Queen Nefertiti. Shadows of the past cast long and strange tales. One such tale, fraught with treachery and intrigue, centers around an iconic figure. A queen revered for her beauty, yet she vanished under circumstances that still baffle us. Brutality, deception, or an unthinkable fate? The answer is buried deep within the sands of time. Prepare yourself for a journey into the heart of ancient mysteries. Fasten your seatbelts. This ride is about to get thrilling. Queen Nefertiti, whose name means the beautiful woman has come, was a prominent figure of the 18th dynasty of ancient Egypt, reigning from approximately 1370 to 1330 BC. Despite her significance in history, her early life remained shrouded in mystery. Before her marriage to Pharaoh Amenhotep IV, later known as Akhenaten, there are scarce records about her origins and upbringing. Several theories abound concerning Nefertiti's lineage. One proposal suggests that she might have been the daughter of Ai, a high-ranking official in Egyptian society, which would explain her influential position in the royal court. Another hypothesis delves into the realm of foreign connections, postulating that Nefertiti could have been the Mitanni princess Tadukipa. This theory is partly based on the name Nefertiti, which some scholars interpret as signifying a foreign origin. While concrete evidence regarding her early life is elusive, what remains clear is the pivotal role she played in shaping the course of ancient Egypt's history during her reign. From her radical religious reforms to her instrumental involvement in the Amarna period, Nefertiti's legacy endures as an enigmatic and influential figure of ancient times. Nefertiti's marriage to Akhenaten ushered in a profound and transformative era in ancient Egypt. Together, they challenged the traditional polytheistic worship that had been the bedrock of Egyptian religious beliefs for centuries. The couple promoted the exclusive worship of Aten, the radiant sun disk, as the sole deity to be revered above all others. This religious revolution, now known as Atenism, brought about a radical departure from the customary practices of Egyptian spirituality. Nefertiti played a pivotal role in supporting her husband's religious vision. She was more than just a passive observer. Instead, she actively participated in religious rituals and state ceremonies alongside Akhenaten. Depictions of her in religious scenes often showcased her equal stature to that of a pharaoh, emphasizing her instrumental role in promoting the worship of Aten. As the great royal wife and a powerful figure in her own right, Nefertiti's influence extended beyond the traditional roles reserved for royal wives in ancient Egypt. One of the most significant outcomes of Akhenaten and Nefertiti's religious reforms was the establishment of a new capital city dedicated to the worship of Aten. This new city, known as Amarna, or Akhetaten, was situated between the Nile and the cliffs of the eastern desert. It became the focal point of Atenism and a symbol of the radical changes taking place in Egypt. The Amarna period also witnessed a revolution in artistic representation. The traditional stylized and idealized depictions of Egyptian royalty gave way to more intimate and naturalistic portrayals of the royal family. Nefertiti and Akhenaten were often depicted engaging in familial activities, reflecting a more personal and approachable style of kingship. The famous Nefertiti bust, an iconic masterpiece of ancient Egyptian art, is a stunning example of this shift. The bust showcases Nefertiti's elegant and regal beauty, capturing her essence for eternity and making it one of the most celebrated and replicated works of art from ancient Egypt. The Amarna period was marked by an atmosphere of religious fervor and innovation. Temples were built to honor Aten, and hymns were composed praising the sun disk as the ultimate source of life and creation. This spiritual fervor was reflected in the art and architecture of the time, which departed from the traditional norms and embraced the radical religious reforms initiated by Akhenaten and fervently supported by Nefertiti. After the death of the pharaoh Akhenaten, Nefertiti's role in the political landscape of Egypt becomes the subject of intrigue and speculation. The historical records become sparse, and different theories emerge regarding her actions and position during this period. Some historians propose that she may have briefly ruled as a female pharaoh known as Nefertiti. Evidence supporting this theory includes depictions of her in royal regalia, engaging in activities typically reserved for kings, such as smiting Egypt's enemies. This representation suggests she had held a position of significant authority and power. Another intriguing theory revolves around Nefertiti adopting a male alter ego, possibly assuming the name Smenkhare. In ancient Egypt, female pharaohs were a rarity, and by adopting a male persona, Nefertiti could have navigated the complexities of ruling in a male-dominated society more effectively. However, concrete evidence to support this theory remains elusive, leaving room for continued speculation. The Hittite letters, discovered in the ancient Hittite capital of Hattusa, offer another glimpse into Nefertiti's reign and position of influence. Among these letters is a proposal from an Egyptian queen seeking a prince to marry after her husband's death. While the identity of this queen remains uncertain, some historians believe it could be Nefertiti. This proposition implies that she held considerable power and authority, as the idea of an Egyptian queen marrying a foreign prince was highly unusual and significant. The reign of Akhenaten and Nefertiti during the Amarna period was a time of radical religious and political reforms. However, these changes faced opposition from various factions within Egyptian society, leading to unrest and uncertainty. The return to traditional polytheistic worship and the abandonment of Amarna marked the end of the Amarna period. As the religious and political reforms encountered resistance, Egypt's stability wavered, and the period became characterized by uncertainty and instability. Nefertiti and Akhenaten's vision of a monotheistic state religion, centered around the worship of Aten, faced challenges from powerful religious and political entities, including the influential priesthood of Amun. This opposition created divisions within Egyptian society and added further complexity to the rule of the royal couple. Furthermore, external threats from rival kingdoms, notably the Hittites, posed additional challenges to Akhenaten's reign. Military decline and the presence of powerful adversaries further strained Egypt's position during this time. Nefertiti, as the great royal wife and a significant figure in the court, would have been involved in diplomatic affairs and efforts to navigate these external pressures. Nefertiti's reign was marked by controversy stemming from her radical religious reforms and her possible assumption of pharaonic powers. These actions garnered opposition and discontent from various factions within Egyptian society and the court. As a result, powerful enemies sought to undermine her authority and conspire against her. Historical records suggest that Nefertiti's enemies, likely including influential figures within the court, orchestrated a conspiracy to remove her from power. The exact details surrounding her brutal execution remain shrouded in the mist of time, but it is clear that her enemies were determined to put an end to her reign and religious reforms once and for all. The circumstances leading to Nefertiti's demise have been subject to speculation, and various theories abound. Some historians propose that her enemies accused her of treason and blasphemy for promoting the worship of Aten and denouncing traditional polytheism. Others believe that the powerful priesthood of Amun, whose status and influence were threatened by Atenism, conspired to overthrow her. Whatever the exact reasons, the tragic end of Nefertiti's life serves as a cautionary tale of the complexities and dangers of wielding power in ancient Egypt. Despite the brutality of her execution and the controversy surrounding her reign, Nefertiti left an enduring legacy in ancient Egypt. Beyond her religious reforms, she was a formidable diplomat and an instrumental figure in the construction of the grand city of Amarna. Her influence extended well beyond the traditional roles of a royal wife, as she actively participated in affairs of the state and exerted her authority alongside Akhenaten. Nefertiti's distinct artistic representations continue to captivate and inspire admiration. The renowned Nefertiti bust, a masterpiece of ancient Egyptian art, exemplifies her elegance and beauty, immortalizing her image for generations to come. Her portrayal in art often conveyed an intimate and personal aspect of royalty, deviating from the traditional, stylized representations of previous pharaohs. That's it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.